How did my enemy become my best friend? I've dated my boyfriend, Eddie, since freshman year. We're seniors now, and my boyfriend is the captain of the football team as well as the most popular guy in school. All the girls wanted to be his girlfriend, and all the guys wanted to be him. He constantly reminded me that I'm lucky to have him, and I suppose I was. When we first met, he was the perfect gentleman, opening doors for me, paying for our dates, standing up for me against my bullies, stuff like that. I fell in love with him quickly, but when I let my guard down completely around him, he changed. It began with subtle changes. He told me one day that he didn't like my outfit and to change. I did it to make him happy. Then he told me he preferred me without makeup. He was with me the entire time when I got rid of all of my makeup. Then he started monitoring who I was friends with. He drove a wedge between my best friend and me until I couldn't handle the drama and just dropped my best friend altogether. He became a monster after isolating me from my friends and family. At school, I was bullied by this girl named Shelly. She was a bigger girl who had a huge crush on Eddie and wanted him to herself. She would constantly shoulder check me in the halls, laugh at my clothes and hairdo, comment on how I must come from a poor home and how Eddie was just using me and he would get tired of me eventually. I stopped eating in the cafeteria because she would keep dumping stuff from her food tray on my head, claiming it was an accident. I hid out in the bathroom instead. Then I started coming to school wearing long sleeves to hide the bruises. At first, Eddie started grabbing me in a tight grip that left bruises all over my arms. Then he slapped me for the first time when I dared to argue with him about my clothes. He immediately apologized and bought me flowers and ice cream. Like an idiot, I forgave him and took him back. But I went to school with a black eye and split lip that I couldn't cover with makeup because I got rid of mine. Shelly noticed me, and for the first time since we started high school, she studied me intently and then ignored me. She didn't bully me at all that day, and when her minions tried to start something, she shut it down quickly. It was very confusing. The next week, I came to school with another black eye. Eddie lost control when I told him I wanted to buy a makeup kit for Halloween. He told me I didn't need to dress up because we weren't going to celebrate it this year. When I tried to argue, he punched me in the face and immediately went home, leaving me on the floor of the kitchen. My parents found me on the floor moments later, and Dad looked ready to murder someone, but I told them that I just fell. Obviously, they didn't believe me, but they didn't ask any more questions, letting it go. When I went to school the next day, Shelly spotted me by my locker and raised an eyebrow before motioning with her head for me to follow her. I was curious, so I followed her into an empty classroom. "Are you okay?" she asked. Was that concern in her expression? "I'm fine," I answered after a shocked moment of silence. "Did Eddie do that to you?" she asked, pointing at my face. Anger filled me as I faced her. "Just stay out of my business and stop pretending like you care," I snarled. Then I stormed out of the classroom and hurried down the hall. I was in class when the principal called me to his office over the intercom. With a frown firmly in place, I hurried to the office, confused when I saw Eddie sitting on the bench outside of the closed office door looking like he just sucked a lemon. "What's going on?" I asked, glancing at the door. Eddie glared at me. "What the hell did you tell them?" he hissed. The color drained from my face and I quickly shook my head. A moment later, the door opened and Shelly stepped out of the office, shooting me a determined look. The campus police officer sat in the office with the principal as they called me and Eddie inside. I had a choice here. I could deny everything and protect Eddie, or I could tell the truth and face Eddie's anger. As I glanced at Shelly, I knew what I needed to do. I told them everything. The police officer arrested Eddie because he was 18, and for the first time since I met Eddie, I was able to fully relax. Then I glanced at Shelly. "Why did you help me?" I asked curiously. Shelly smiled sadly at me. "I know what it's like to be trapped," she answered. She became my best friend after that.